Hey team, it's Joe here, and in this video, I want to talk about some key ways that we as business and organizational leaders can communicate vision more effectively. And the reason we want to do this is because incredible long-term results and outcomes are dependent on how we create and keep vision at the forefront of what we do. So, what is vision? Well, vision is a mental picture of what could be, fueled by a passion that it should be, meaning that when it comes to communicating vision, not only are we showing our teams what we want to achieve, we're also fueling them with a passion that empowers and motivates them with the drive to reach into the future and achieve the outcomes and results you're after. You know, with any team that I've ever built, whether that be in business, church ministry, leadership for a company, I've realized that one of the most powerful tools I have within my control is the ability to keep fueling my leaders and my team members with the vision to see a brighter future and one that they are personally contributing to the success of. So, let's get started, and today we'll touch on a few ways that we can better communicate vision more effectively. Number one, it starts with the why. Did you know that great organizations know how to inspire and connect their why, their purpose, and their cause throughout the fabric of their organization? And here's why. Science shows that people are naturally wired to connect a story over data, over the facts, and over the statistics. So all those things are great. And you know, as leaders and team members, we need to know the data. Often we need to know the facts and we need to know the stats, otherwise it's really difficult to measure performance. However, those things connect to the brain, not to the heart. And when we're talking about creating buy-in, you know, when we're talking about paving a brighter future for people, you know, where they can achieve their dreams and goals within the framework of your organization and help you achieve yours, the key way to do this is to connect with the heart, and that is done through story. The inspired leaders and organizations, regardless of their industry and size, all act, think, and communicate from the inside out. Simply put, great leaders drive change from the inside out. Here's a great example from Simon Sinek, who has helped countless organizations to better understand the power of their why. He says this: a standard marketing message from Acer or Asus, HP, Dell goes something like this. We make great computers. They're beautifully designed. Do you want to buy one? The result? Well, the individuals don't feel empowered by purchasing this product. You know, this type of product buy-in is based more of a financial decision, or maybe one or two factors that slightly differentiate it from its competitor. However, and this is critical, here's what Apple did. They reversed it and they said, everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. The way that we challenge the status quo is by making our products beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. We just happen to make great computers. Want to buy one? Well, the result is this: Apple makes up for only 15% of the total market share. Incredible. Apple consistently sits in the top 3 of computer and device manufacturers, and its customers feel empowered to build and design work that matters. You see, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. So today, you know, I challenge you with this, you know, try communicating from the inside out, and don't be afraid to talk about your story. Don't be afraid to talk about the why, because it's powerful. Number 2, communicate vision with clarity. I love this comment from Andy Stanley. He says this: you know, when most people are asked what they really truly value most out of their leader, they answer with integrity, honesty, trustworthy, someone who keeps the promises. But whom do we actually end up following? It's in fact the person who has clarity around their vision. You know, sure, we value integrity, but we actually follow clarity. I don't know about you, but I've worked for both types of organizations where on one hand the leaders are very clear on the objectives to be achieved, and I've worked on the other hand with leaders who are not clear on the objectives and vision. And I can say firsthand that leaders who do communicate and provide clarity create significantly increased engagement with their teams, resulting of course in greater results and greater outcomes. I used to be a leader, in fact, that used to keep my thoughts here, and it was really difficult for me to get them out and communicate them to the team. And I would get really frustrated when, you know, all of a sudden I would see a lack of engagement with my teams. You know, I simply couldn't understand why they weren't as passionate about the vision as I was. Just couldn't understand it. You know, and then I realized that when I was able to communicate the vision with clarity, get it out of the head, get it out clear. Additionally, providing clarity in each season we were in and what was required of the teams in each season, that engagement was increased. Again, resulting in greater results and greater outcomes. So to build clarity around your vision, you're simply consistently communicating a simple but powerful statement or statements that every team member has in mind as the guiding goal. Continually use the language of the vision, right? The purpose and the cause of the organization. Number 3, repeat the vision. Regardless of how often you think you've repeated your vision, I can promise you it's not enough. One great way to create a culture of repeated vision casting to your teams that has been incredibly helpful to me is to connect in with your leaders and teams each and every day. There's a great saying that says, no one cares about what you know until they know how much you care. Simply by being physically present with your team, giving them a brief but intentional and impactful time with yourself means the world to people. It gives you the opportunity to reinforce that you really do care about them, and it reinforces to them that you are a leader worth following and a vision worth carrying. It's important to note that people see the vision in the visionary or the person driving change, and that's critical. So I personally make it a priority to connect in with my team each and every day. That way, it gives me the opportunity to, of course, encourage, motivate, work through any issues, and of course, it simply reinforces why we exist and who we're here to serve. Number 4, share success stories that realize the organization's vision. Again, stories are incredibly powerful and they help people to see what the future holds. So here's 2 key ways to create environments to share success that have been helpful to me. Number 1, use employee stories to show how much everyone is valued and how their efforts, contribute to the company's success. Consider sharing some of your employees' best achievements that align with the vision and values and further the company vision as the organization grows. Share them at a staff meeting, or even mention them when you're meeting with your teams, or and so on. Just make sure that share in the success. Make sure that the successes are being shared. Number 2, use a weekly email out to celebrate success. Again, use this format to celebrate and share the wins your leaders and teams have experienced throughout the week. Currently, our leaders and teams nominate one person they believe has made a real impact within the business by outworking the vision, either internally or externally. From there, we collate those emails and write up an email at the end of every week that recognizes and celebrates those that have really lived out the vision. It's always great to reward, so we treat those members with, it could be movie tickets or vouchers to dinner, just something to recognize those that are embodying and outworking the vision. So, here's some action steps that have really helped me in my leadership, and I know that it will bring great value to your leadership and your organization. So let's recap. Number 1, communicate the story of your organization. People connect to story and use that power. Number 2, communicate with clarity. Remember, people follow leaders who communicate with clarity. It's the most important thing. Number 3, repeat your vision. Keep it at the forefront of your teams, and you can never communicate it enough. And number 4, share the team success stories regularly that inspire and motivate your teams to achieve more. So team, I hope this has brought great value to you today and gives you some ideas as how you can effectively communicate vision with your leaders and your teams. As always, let's level up together, and I can't wait to hear how you've taken your vision to the next level.